Welcome back. The Duke of Cambridge has admitted that black men and women are still facing racism and discrimination in modern-day Britain. He said the country would be poorer without their efforts, saying we know without question the Windrush generation have made our culture richer, our services stronger and our fellow countrymen safer. Well, he was speaking at the unveiling of a national monument at London's Waterloo station to mark Windrush Day, which celebrates the courage of the generation who came to help Britain rebuild after the Second World War. I spoke to Baroness Floella Benjamin, who's been campaigning for this monument for many years, and asked her about how she felt about today's event.
It means that we are leaving a legacy behind. We're part of British heritage that's looking forward, not backwards, because you can't change the past, but you can change the future. You can't influence the future. And that's what this monument's all about. It's addressing the issues that haven't been addressed before. It's acknowledging people that haven't been actually celebrated, who came to Britain, back since 1948 to help rebuild Britain. And they've never really truly been actually thanked. And so this monument is a way of saying thank you to those people. It's a way of making sure that they're not forgotten. Their resilience, their pride, their dignity is not forgotten, even though they had to face huge huge pressures, injustice. They had to face, people rejecting them. They had to face discrimination. They had to face hatred and violence. But we must not be defined by all of that. I don't want the Windrush story to be defined by negativity. I want it to be defined by something positive, with pride and with dignity. And that's what the monument's about. That's what it means to me.
Yeah, it's fascinating you say that, because your parents came here, didn't they, to the UK, and you arrived in the 1960s. You were part of that generation. And you've spoken in the past about some of the racism that they and you faced, and yet you are today, here you are with a massive smile on your face, talking about this as positively as you can. Is that because you are trying to move forward?
What I'm doing is to show that I'm not a victim. I'm a winner. And when you're a winner, you smile, because your smile is the force for good. And out of bad always comes good, no matter how long you have to wait for it. Things will change eventually. Sometimes it takes years, decades, centuries to change. And slavery has shown that. It's taken centuries to actually reverse a lot of things that have happened. But you've got to keep believing, because if you don't, you're going to crumble. You can face adversity with a smile, or you can actually let adversity kind of break you. I never let adversity break me. I'm always there showing that with determination, with force for good, that you're not going to actually make me feel as if I'm a loser. I'm not a loser. I'm not a victim. I'm somebody whose other people can't see what they're doing. And when people are horrible to you, is because they have bitterness and anger in their hearts. And I'm not going to let that win.
Let me play you and our viewers a clip from Prince William, who was also at the memorial today. This is what he had to say.
Without you all, Britain would simply not be what it is today. I want to say a profound thank you to every member of that generation and the generations that have followed. And I want you to know that you can count on mine and Catherine's continued support in helping us achieve a future they would be proud of. Thank you again for inviting us to join you on this very important day.
It must have meant a lot to have them there today as well.
Well, yeah, they're the future, and I look to the future. I deal with children. Childhood lasts a lifetime, so if we do it right now, then it'll be, you guaranteed you're going to have a better future. And I wrote a book called Come Into England back in 1995, and last year I made it into a picture book version for 4 to 7-year-olds. And when I came to Britain as a 10-year-old, the children in my class were asking me, where's Trinidad? What's the Caribbean about? Where are you from? Now 4-year-olds know about the Caribbean. They know about Trinidad. They want to be someone like me when they grow up. That to me shows progress. That's the future. So that's how you're going to change and make a difference for years to come, a legacy. And that's what I am all about. I want Black children to know that they have heritage that they should be proud of. I want white children to celebrate their Black children's heritage too. And for them coming together, and I have that understanding and that self-belief means the world to me. When I die, I want to know that I tried to make a difference, and I did make a difference to make change for the better.
Can I ask you how an immensely positive person like you deals with this sort of negative comment? Someone I read today from Professor Gus John, who's a campaigner and an academic, who said he didn't want to go to the memorial unveiling today because he thinks that the whole phrase Windrush generation is, I think he called it lazy, and it focuses on contribution and legacy, and it ignores things like systemic racism, neo-fascism and English nationalism. When you hear that, how do you respond to that? Because that, for him, is what it symbolises.
Well, that's his point of view. My point of view is for the better. We're trying to move forward. I've stood up many times in Parliament asking for a Windrush Day. I was being told, no, we've got Black History Month. I kept asking for it, no, no, no. And suddenly we had the Windrush scandal. And then all of a sudden, the realization that this cannot happen. And the then Prime Minister, Theresa May, said, OK, we're going to have a Windrush Day, but also have a Windrush monument to sort of recognize that things have been done in a bad way. There were things that were negative. There were things that hurt people. There were things that made people angry. How can we put this right? That's what I'm talking about. How we put the past right. And we've got to sit down and get together to find what kind of strategy we put in place. What can we do to make that difference? How can we bring people together? Like Barack Obama said, hope. Hope is what you need for the future. Hope and bringing together and an openness. Open to understand other people's points of view. Hope to make sure that children feel as if they do have a place in the bigger picture.
Well, I know, Baroness Benjamin, you've been bringing people together for many decades on television, and thank you very much for coming on 5 News. It's a real pleasure to talk to you. If you don't mind, I'm going to ring my mum and dad after this programme and tell them I've spoken to you, OK?
Oh, thank you. Here's looking at you through the round window.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of Windrush Day.
Thank you. Thank you very much.